Why, hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode, and welcome back to Doma. Our work is extremely cut out for us. Step 1, check in on our buddy, who's having a rough night. Yugiri is at a loss for words. Apologies, Derman. I was lost in thought. Mayhap they have the right of it. Mayhap we're fools for urging them to rise once more. But yet I have to believe that in their heart of hearts they still... Now's not the time. We must finish what we started. I have in my possession a powerful medicine that befuddles the mind and memories. We must administer it to the soldiers ere they wake. The medicine will leave the soldiers confused and unable to clearly recall recent events. They will suspect that they fell asleep at their posts and be reluctant to discuss it with others. It's not more than a temporary measure, but we dare not kill them for the sake of the villagers. Tends to the last two I put to sleep. I shall see to the others. On it. Boy, you thought of everything. I know I'm the warrior of light and everything, but I feel sort of inadequate standing next to this level of competence. Really gotta up my game out here. All right, you. Into my pocket. Let's see. Where to leave you so that it seems like you dozed off in the middle of your work in the rain. Here's as good as any, I guess. And now just a little dose of Yugiri's medicine. The contents of this pouch are a mystery, but you may be assured of their efficacy in befuddling the mind and memories of hapless Imperial soldiers. Well, down the hatch. Father, is that you? Yep, it seems to work. And I think the second one we shall... Excuse me, nightmare dog. But the second one we shall leave over here. And your dose. I want to go home. Ugh. I appreciate that they do, while still making the Imperials very much your enemy, they are constantly reminding you that most of the folks in this army are also victims of this whole thing. See, this is honestly one thing that I really love about Stormblood in general. I understand why, for a lot of people, it's one of the expansions that is relatively weaker. And it is a little bit more hit and miss, I think. It's not quite as focused and strong as something like Heavensward or the expansion to follow, but there are some things that A Realm Reborn failed to pull off. For all the magical things A Realm Reborn managed to do, there are a few narrative things that it didn't quite land. One of them was making the Empire actually scary in any way. The Empire is a joke in A Realm Reborn. They're just sort of like kind of a threat, but they're like, their leaders are all monologuing Saturday cartoon villains. And the average Imperial you fight is just like they're putties in Power Rangers. They're nothing. There's nothing scary about them, even a little bit, as a threat. They're just kind of a nuisance, and you don't care about them at all. And the Ascians are kind of the same way, honestly. Like, neither of the villains in A Realm Reborn are served that well by that story. And Heavensward doesn't do a whole lot about that, really, just because Heavensward is focused on other things. But that groundwork needs to get laid. And Stormblood doesn't really focus on the Ascians, but for the Imperials, it does the work A Realm Reborn didn't. And then some. And does a pretty darn good job of it too, I think.
Forgive me for making you search.
Not a problem. Gave me a chance to ramble.
It calms me, the sound. It helps me to remember the sway of the ocean when I close my eyes. Despite the many great and noble things I said, in truth I am not of Doma. I was born beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea.
Oh, yeah. Your parents say hi, by the way.
To think that you were there, that you even spoke with my mother and father. They are in good health, then. The knowledge is of great comfort to me. That I might have the strength to protect my home from the Empire, I left to learn the secrets of the shinobi. Day and night we trained, ever striving to exceed our mental and physical limits. After a time, my skills were recognized, and I was dispatched to assist the Doman Liberation Front. It was then that I met Lord Kaien and his son, and their loyal samurai, Gosetsu. Good men all, brave and true, so clear their eyes, so pure their purpose. Any shinobi would have been proud to serve them and Doma. But, in the end, I will always be of the sea. Every day, I pray for my home and for the people I left behind, that they might be spared the wages of war and live in peace, untouched by this madness. I confessed this to Lord Hien once. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Good. We are better for the conviction of our allies and draw inspiration from their example. What is weak alone may together grow stronger." Never did I lose faith in them. Even when all was lost and I led our people to Eorzea, I clung to the belief that our dream would one day be realized. But when I gazed into those eyes bereft of hope, when those broken men balked at liberty, the dream was shattered.
Together we are strong and we must carry on, or it will not always be so. I think this one will feel more comforting. I guess it depends on the person, but...
That you remain resolute even in the face of everything we have seen. It heartens me more than you know. Thank you for standing by this naive fool. An Imperial airship. It is bound for Doma Castle. Quickly, we must rejoin the others.
After you. It's just gonna rain all week, huh? Guess it is kind of nice. Anyway, right, others, going. And here we go. Made it. Sorry, got distracted. Come, we must tell the others of this airship, or hear what they know of it.
you are. What happened? Are the villagers all right?
We freed them, along with many others. Gosetsu, we spied an airship bound for the castle. Know you aught of it?
Aye, that we do. The Crown Prince is come to Doma.
We suspect this is a result of recent events in Girabania. Our defeat notwithstanding, there appears to be some concern in Garlemald that subversive elements may be rallying in other provinces. Though Yotsuyu governs Doma, Xenos remains the province's anointed viceroy, and it would seem he has come to assess the current situation in person.
If Xenos is here, we must seize this opportunity and kill him.
Would that it were so simple, Lady Yugiri. You may recall that we encountered Xenos at Rolga's Reach. We have seen firsthand what he can do. His power defies explanation. He faced the Alliance, the Resistance, and the Scions, and he defeated us all. We survived and learned from the experience, it is true. But if we are to defeat him, it will not be through simple opportunism. We will require a flawless plan.
We know his strengths. A prodigious swordsman trained from childhood by the finest Imperial tutors, reputed to be without equal on the battlefield, which is why we must not meet him there. Nay, we keep to the shadows, the domain of the shinobi, and thence we strike. You need only give me the chance.
Were this but a matter of personal revenge, I would not presume to bar your path, for I myself crave that same vengeance. But to draw steel against the Emperor's son is a grave decision, and one that will shape our nation's future. Do not forget Lord Hien's words.
What, that we should sheathe our swords if the people lack the will to fight? I will not squander this opportunity. If we do naught, our master's life is forfeit.
Even should you succeed, Xenos' death will not win Doma her freedom. More likely, her doom. Can we defend our people against the Empire's retribution? We few against a legion? Do not be a fool, child!
Mayhap I am a fool with foolish dreams of a future that will never be. But I cannot, I will not forsake them!
Yugiri, wait!
What now?
Well, round 2 had to come sooner or later. And this time I have a sword, which seems like it's going to at least... Like, that can't be a disadvantage. I know he's got a whole caddy bag full of, like, 10 or whatever, but... Gosetsu, is the sword going to help? All warriors must choose their own path, as Gosetsu well knows. I will not pursue her. It is for her to think on our master's words and recognize the futility of her course. Those, at least, are my thoughts upon the matter. Yours may be different. Should you wish to give chase, I will not bar your path. We each have but one life. It is not to be spent recklessly in pursuit of our goals. I pray she realizes this soon. That's more caution than I honestly expected from you, but... Wise words. Alright, let me go catch up. Yugiri! Yugiri, where'd you go? Wait. Thanks for slowing down to let me catch up. Who's the bird? Did Gosetsu send you to stop me? Then you came of your own free will. I should be surprised if you agreed with my chosen course. No one else did. But it is not as fanciful as they would have you believe. Scant moments ago, I received the Crown Prince's itinerary from one of our spies in the castle. I said it weird, but you know what I mean. 'Twould seem that Xenos has no desire to remain in Doma any longer than necessary. He wishes to inspect the moon gates this very eve. His impatience is to our advantage. He arrived without warning and gave Yotsuyu no time to prepare. The whole castle is in a state of upheaval. To avoid any delay, he has declined a full escort and will be traveling with no more than a handful of soldiers. The Kami could not have blessed us with a more auspicious circumstances. I will kill him, Derman. I will. You mean we will kill him? Well, try. Or die trying. You understand the risks. Forgive me. Of course you do. Mayhap better than I. But are you sure? Thank you. Thank you. I cannot well express what this means to me. We have much to discuss, but we can do so on the way. Yuzuka Manor is some distance from here. We must hurry. I'm with you. Stay calm. No one knows you were here. No one knows you saw anything. No one knows you overheard 2 rebels plotting to kill their crown prince. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You know how this ends, and they only have themselves to blame. You have to tell them. You have to. All right. Well, okay. Let's catch up with Yugiri. Come on, Quay friend. Looks like we'll be heading a little further into this area now. Excuse me, water serpents. You look great. Yeah, closer in toward the walls. Huh. More Lupin recruits. We'll just sidestep all that. And we can sort of see the outskirts of Doma now. Sort of old ruins and stuff. And this, I think, is Yuzuka Manor. With the Namazu lookout. Oh, we've got to stop. Come, should you desire shelter... You know what, I don't have to do that voice for every single one of them. Heck no. Come, should you desire shelter, Yuzuka Manor is open to all. All deadly beasts I will dispatch. With your fork. I needed that. Good to see you. I think there's quite a few of them in here. We'll have to visit later. For now, though, things are urgent. Yugiri. Boy, you move fast for not having a chocobo. This is far enough. Let us discuss our plan of attack. Here, I'll tell you everything I did last time, and we'll do the opposite. Or at least something different. It went so bad last time. Yugiri has made her choice, and so have you. Xenos' itinerary is as follows. He will depart Doma Castle by ship and approach the moon gates. The Magitech field will be deactivated briefly, allowing his vessel to pass. It will then continue on to these very docks, where he and his entourage will disembark. As you can see, this area is not ideal for an ambush. Wide open, multiple avenues of escape. The manor is better suited to our needs. Let us split up and search for suitable hiding places. Yeah, we don't even have nighttime on our side. I mean, don't get me wrong. Grateful for the daylight. Just, less good for hiding. You know what? You're good at what you do. You'll make it work. And odds of me managing to hide successfully, even in a completely pitch black room, are near zero, so I guess what difference does it make? Let's find a good hiding spot. Surrounded by walls and deserted, This location appears to be ideal for concealment. Ah, there you are. From the roof, we would have a clear view of the docks. It's settled. We shall lie in wait here until Xenos arrives. As discussed, if all goes to plan, he shall fall with my first blow. If not, then the two of us will have to engage him in open combat. His escort is of no consequence, which means that we'll have a 2-to-1 advantage. Nevertheless, he's not to be underestimated. Yeah, he did kind of fine with a worse disadvantage than that last time. Do you want me to, like, give you all the intel on how bad it went last time just so we could... You know, we don't have time. All that remains is to wait. I trust that you're ready. Boy, I hope so. Here we go. Ah, waiting till nighttime. Why didn't I think of that?
He comes.
The village is not far, my lord. If it please you, we shall escort you there directly.
Less a province than a graveyard. The rotting husk of a broken nation devoid of proper sport. But as his radiance wishes...
Yes, of course, my lord. And may I say how terribly sorry we are that you had to come so far.
We labored long to sow the seeds of hatred, of fear, to train them as beasts. Now we shall see the harvest. Let there be savage beasts baying for blood, and not hollow-eyed prey cowering in the dark, or there will be no joy in this hunt.
Shinobi? And me without my brute.
How weak you are. Is this the sum of your hate?
This is only the beginning. For Lord Kyan! For Doma!
Ha! I did a sneak! Yugiri, I did a sneak! Right? Sorry, not the time.
Mayhap I shall test this new blade of yours. Let us hope it is to my liking, lest your misfortunes compound. Then again, I am loath to expend such effort on the unworthy. Come, earn the honor.
Well. Take two. Xenos Galvus, you'll die by my hand. First, you must kill my men. You can do that, can you not? Yeah, you deal with all them. I'll focus on this. What are you doing, you fools? There are only 2 of them. Hey, you have a lot less HP than I remember. Maybe this is what I get for not attacking you with a sword last time. I've seen the error of my ways. Everyone singing the praises of these weapons had a point. How much longer must you make me wait? Yeah, okay. Ouch. But we're managing. What is that? Lightless flame? I don't love that. Okay. Not gonna stand near those anymore. Got it. Just gonna keep distance from those in the future. Yugiri, you doing all right? You're doing all right. Ouch. Okay. Ooh, boy. That's gonna hurt. Oh boy, that's gonna hurt a lot. Yeah, I just stood in a not great place. I'm gonna move over here. Not my best work. In the danger puddle dodging. Okay. Yep. Yep. Still hurts. Okay. Very well. I suppose you've earned this. This is not a game, you twisted, arrogant bastard.
This day you die. Leave this to me.
Get him! So empty.
All right.
Hey, we're trying our best out here, man. Gah. Well done, beast. You've earned the right to look on the Ame no Hibika. Okay. Gracious. What is this? Kami for Fend.
No, I must fight on.
No,
I must.
I can still fight. I can still.
Run, beast, run.
Okay, what are you doing? Dark reflection. Oh, you're gonna do a different move. Maybe I should take you out. Yeah, let's do that. I didn't realize you had a phase 2. Like a FromSoft boss.
Give me something to remember.
I'm trying. Oh boy. That's a lot. Oh boy. You're back to having too much HP again. Did you not notice the sword? It's looking bleak out here. You're better than most, I'll grant you that, but not good enough. This ends now. Oh boy. Okay.
Ah, I remember you. Al Amigo, the champion of the savages.
Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
I got a hidden.
Oh, how right I was to spare your life. Hear me, hero. Endure. Survive. Live. For the rush of blood. For the time between the seconds, live. For the sole pleasure left to me in this empty, ephemeral world, live! You are not worthy.
Get away from them, you Imperial dog!
No, don't. You must flee.
We're not going anywhere, do you hear me? We're not running away! What you're doing is stupid and reckless, and I never wanted any part of it, but here we are! I've spent my whole life hating myself. For every time they made me beg, for every time I held my tongue to protect the people I love. And then you came along and reminded me of all the things I never said and never did, and it was even worse. I would have given anything to forget, to walk away, but I knew I'd never be able to live with the guilt. So we came, all of us, for you, for ourselves, for Doma!
Death is death, regardless of the reason. Yet you seem determined to die, intruding upon this sacred ground, turning weapons you can scarcely wield upon me. Your lives will not even begin to redress the balance.
How wrong you are! Go, now! Gusetsu, see to Yugiri.
Hi!
I can't see a damn thing. Someone stop them! My lord?
Well, that went okay, despite the Doman Weasel still sneaking up. No one's dead, and I'll call that a win. I mean, the guy we wanted dead is also not dead, but I'll take what wins I can get. 'Tis naught that will not heal with time. That's good. Hang in there. Ugh. This was a bad plan. I probably should have said that more beforehand, but I got caught up in it, sorry. It's all right. Here, have some water. Yeah, they'll take care of you. Thanks for showing up, by the way. I don't think we were followed. Gods, I have no idea what was going through that man's head, but I'm heartily glad he decided to leave. Oh, and don't thank us. Thank Alphino. He's at the House of the Fierce, patiently awaiting your gratitude. You should have seen the way he turned pale when he heard about Yugiri's plan, and how you, of all people, had decided to help her. He was in such a panic, barking orders, calling for a squadron to be assembled. As were you. Were you now? I was rather composed, as I recall, though that is neither here nor there. Yes. My mistake. Thank you for caring. Issa is beside himself with emotion. Can you believe it? We faced the Crown Prince himself and lived to tell the tale. You've no idea what this means for us. Everyone's talking about getting more weapons and armor, and we're not going to stop until we've taken back our homeland. Right. Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we? We've got wounded to tend to first. We should get back to the village. Well, he's excited. Look what you did. I can manage on my own. Right. Everyone ready? I think so. Yeah, you carry Yugiri if she can't walk all the way there. She really seems like she's going to topple. No toppling, okay? I'm going to see you back at base. But first, I suppose we should stop in Namai. Check in. So, still riding high? How are you feeling? After fighting that demon, I can only imagine. I suppose I ought to apologize to you for Anyway, thank you for not giving up on us. The shinobi, too.
How are you feeling, my lady?
Much the better for my comrades' ministrations and your most generous hospitality. You need not worry.
Good. If there is anything else we can do for the two of you, anything at all, just ask.
Stare any harder and you're like to burn a hole in them. Go and say your piece, for goodness sake.
I've got nothing more to say to them. I'm going to find out how the others are getting on.
Gosetsu, Mistress Alize, I owe you an apology. I acted with reckless disregard for my own safety, and endangered I know not how many others in so doing. Scorning your wise counsel, I knowingly defied our master's wishes, and left you no choice but to follow suit.
Nonsense. I followed our master's wishes to the letter. Consider once more his words, and the intent therein. In offering his head, he but sought to shield his people from harm, loyal retainers included. You must value your life more highly, Shadow Walker.
On the other hand, your recklessness did serve as an inspiration to many. Mayhap you should not be so hard on yourself. In any event, if you must apologize profusely, it seems only right that you expend as much effort thanking the one person who supported your plan from the first.
That it does. There are no words which will suffice. But thank you.
Don't mention it. I am very easy to talk into bad plans.
And there they are!
12 be praised. When I learned of your rather questionable plot to assassinate Xenos, I feared we would need to recruit a new Primal Slayer.
I'm sorry we couldn't be there. Alize made me swear to stay behind no matter what. I think she was worried I'd hurl myself at Xenos the moment I set eyes on him.
I mean...
What? You'll forgive me for changing the subject, but now would seem a good time to discuss where we go from here. Though the Empire has yet to retaliate, the fact remains that we have revealed our presence and signaled our intentions in so doing. It is only a matter of time before the Imperials move against us. Given that we lack the strength to oppose them, 'tis plain some manner of brilliant stratagem is required. Therefore, I yield the floor to the preeminent tactician of our time, with whom I was privileged to share a room.
Yes, I think it is high time that Team Punch rejoined the rest of the group and got some help from the Thinkers.
If you insist. While in Kagane, we debated a number of approaches and were eventually forced to concede that we cannot look to the Alliance for aid. Even were it possible to ferry sufficient forces and materiel from Eorzea in a timely manner, such a massive undertaking would not long escape the attention of the Empire. It would be a miracle if our ships reached the shore. Fortunately, according to Tataru and Hancock's intelligence, the Empire has withdrawn most of its forces from Doma in the past year, leaving her relatively unguarded. That being the case, a popular uprising, spearheaded by the full might of the Doman Liberation Front, may feasibly be sufficient to threaten the seat of provincial government, namely Doma Castle. 'Twould be rather easier said than done, of course, but I have seen worse plans prevail.
Then we must needs meet with Lord Hien and convince him to return, for there is no surer way to inspire our people to rise up as one. He desired proof of his subjects' conviction, and they have provided it, through no less a deed than openly opposing Xenos himself.
It will work. It has to work. And next time, we will defeat him.
Yes, we will. I'll have you know I got close. I even got to Phase 2. And if playing a whole bunch of FromSoft games has taught me anything, try again, and eventually, you will take that multi-phase boss down. Trust me, I have plenty of experience with this. I'll be traveling to the Azim Steppe, Derman. I found Lord Hien once before, and I'm confident I can do so again. Moreover, it was me whom he put the question of Doma's... Let me try again. Moreover, it was to me whom he put the question of Doma's resolve. I feel it my duty to deliver to him our people's reply. That does feel poetically correct. Our countrymen's deeds speak for themselves. Lord Hien cannot deny the truth of their hearts. Too long has it been since I looked on his face. It would be of great comfort to see him again. And no small comfort if you were to join us in the search, I should add. I'd love to. Count me in. Who is... Alphino, probably. Or LSA. Who's the fourth one? And where are the fourth one? Whatever. I'll get there. I wonder what kind of man Hien is. From what I heard, he's about the same age as me. And then there's Fordola, who isn't a whole lot younger than us both. Like her, he was born and raised in an imperial province. This is all he's ever known. But unlike her, he chose to do something about it. I want to meet him. I want to know why. Maybe if I understand that, it'll help me to understand a lot of other things. That makes sense. Let's see if we can arrange a meeting with all of us, honestly. I'd like to meet him too. Hey, one of the twins, where are you? Ah, there you two are. Alphino, good to see you again. How was your time away? In the meantime, how shall I occupy myself? The beloved king returning to urge his countrymen to rise up in rebellion. Not a story you'd ever hear in Sharlayan or Ul'dah, is it? No, you wouldn't. I mean, well, I can't speak for Sharlayan, but in Ul'dah I can say with some certainty that it probably wouldn't happen. I mean, Nanamo would try, but then get vetoed and not be able to. No, it wouldn't happen. Not in those words, perhaps, but no land's people is so cynical to be wholly immune to inspiration. Singular individuals have the power to move hearts and minds no matter where they go. Doubtless you speak from personal experience. As much as this Lord Hien intrigues us, Derman, there are vital tasks to be attended to here. Preparations for the inevitable assault on Doma Castle, for one. There's also the matter of coordinating our efforts with the Confederacy and our comrades in Kugane, dealing with this troublesome Aetheryte. I could go on, but you understand. How are you two going to be staying behind? As I said before, we've a million things to do here. Much as Alphino and I would love to join the search, we cannot. Right, brother? Aye, so it goes. We all have our responsibilities. We shall depart for the Azim Steppe at once. You will be joining us, Derman. Wouldn't miss it. For our part, we shall do what we can to aid the Doman Liberation Front in your absence. We will refrain from conducting any large-scale operations in your absence and instead devote our energies to bolstering our ranks and to training our new recruits. When you return, we will be ready for war. If anything happens, if you need us to come back sooner, you'd better contact us. Noble sacrifices are a last resort, remember? Follow me, my friends. We have many malms to travel before we reach Reunion. Wait! Don't leave yet! Here, take these for the road. It's simple fare, but it's the least we can do for you after what you did for us. It may be stupid and naive of me to say this, but I will. When you come back, we'll finish what we started. We'll beat the Imperials and we'll win our freedom. So, don't keep us waiting too long. You got a deal. Meanwhile, in the keep of Doma Castle.
I would expect no less of Bahamut's conqueror. Prepare the airship. His Radiance will not object. We have fulfilled our obligations here. I would see this prize for myself. Do you understand why I appointed you to act in my stead? You, whose only accomplishment was to whisper the right words in the right ear. Because of your petty hatreds, they render you the perfect instrument to bleed your kinsman of hope, to make an example of Doma, such as was ordered. Listen well. If you yield Doma to the rebels, you will not be given another chance to beg forgiveness. Do your duty, now. Or die with the rest of them.
Are you all right, my lady? That was uncalled for. Oh!
They say your Eorzean is helping the rebels. I want him dead. I want his friends dead. I want the heads of everyone he knows and loves mounted on the castle walls.
You mean I can finally go after him? I've been waiting for this chance. I promise you, milady, he won't escape this time. Not this time, oh no.
Meanwhile, in the fringes of Garabania.
Aye, this is the place. When his shade was banished, you swore to leave this life behind. And yet here you are.
Well, now look who it is.
Yet, if this be the work of the eyes, what choice do you have but to end it? Or so the boy would say, damn you, Alphano.
We've missed you too, bud. Good seeing he's back in the picture. Anyway, it's been an eventful day. Let's go ahead and call it, and I will see you next week for some more Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Do take care until then, all of you, and goodbye.